clicked on this video, chances are you're a student who wants to make some extra money on the side, maybe through a side hustle or something, some sort of business, whatnot, and you're actually wondering whether this is something you can actually pursue. Now, there's two types of people who are going to get into business while studying. There's the people who want to continue that business to go forward after the studies, and there's people that want to just do it to support their lifestyle. Now, regardless of which business model you're going to pick, there's 5 key things which you need to apply no matter what business you're going to go into. These 5 things are universal for every business model you're going to start doing while studying. And this doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be SMMA, it could be drop shipping, it could be high ticket sales, it could be closes. Whatever business model you go into, you need to make sure that you have these 5 things throughout the entire time you go into your business. And the 5th one is the most important one. Now, the first thing is you need to understand your budget. Being a student means that sometimes you might have some money to actually invest, perhaps from some job you did on the side, or you could be on the other end where you don't have a budget, and that's also okay. But you need to take into consideration that some business models do require the initial investment, such as dropshipping. You might require money to spend on Facebook ads, or you might require money to buy inventory and test products. But on the other hand, you can have something like email marketing, where you don't necessarily need the initial investment, and it requires a very low cost to actually start this up. If you're looking at something between $0 to $100 which you have to invest, then something along the lines of a service-based business might be the best thing for you. If you're looking at something where you have more money to invest, then perhaps something where a physical product needs to be tested is more suitable because you have the money to invest into it. And this is not me saying that if you invest more, you're going to make more back. That's not true. You can start a $0 service-based business and make more than an e-commerce site. It depends entirely on how hard you work on the business. That being said, once you actually have an idea of how much you can invest, now you need to explore your options. The best place to do this is YouTube and social media. You can see a ton of different business models which are already out there and working for other people. You're going to hear a lot of noise about people saying that this business model is the best and this is the best. It's all rubbish. The truth is there is no number one business model that fits above the rest, because people are just going to pitch whatever business model works for you. I can say to you all day that web design is the best business model in the world just because I found some success in it. One of my clients is making millions with e-commerce. He's not necessarily going to pitch me a website service-based business. You're going to hear different things, and the best way to explore your options is to see what fits to your strength. If you have a creative mind and you like playing around with designs and artistic side of things, then maybe web design is the best thing for you. If you want to have a sort of business where you want to actually own physical products and sell them, then maybe e-commerce is the best thing for you. If you enjoy writing, something along the lines of email marketing, copywriting, these kind of things might be best for you, but it all comes down to your research and seeing what actually fits best for your strengths. And that leads me on to point 3, which is then doing your research on your business model. I'm going to take e-commerce as an example, dropshipping. This is just because it's not my business model, so I'm not going to be biased in what I tell you. If I was to get into dropshipping, I would start by doing my research in what exactly the next steps are. This might involve investing in a course to actually learn from someone who's already done something. If you have a bit more money to spend, perhaps a mentorship is the best way to go. But honestly, there's so much free advice out there on YouTube that you just need to look through it and you will find some amazing advice from people who are already making money in that niche, which you can then learn from and start implementing straight away. And if you have no money, that's fine. You can start off with that and then perhaps look into a mentorship or perhaps a course afterwards. But the point is, you need to do your research and see what exactly your business model does. If it's dropshipping, you need to learn how to make advertisements and how to set up Facebook ads. If you're doing email copywriting, you need to learn how to write with persuasion. You need to learn how to actually write in a way that's going to trigger emotions in your audience. Then have point number 4, which is ignore the noise, because you're going to have a lot of people who are going to tell you different things. Now, whether that's people who are going to support you and say that this is something you should carry on with, or whether that's people who are saying that you're wasting your time, you're not going to make money off it, which, by the way, you're going to hear both sides of things. You just need to know to put your head down and work, because you're going to hear a lot of different things, supportive, some not so supportive. Regardless, you need to learn to filter out all of these comments. The only thing that's going to make you actually succeed in your business model is your own determination and your own hard work. And that leads directly onto my 5th and final point, and easily the most important point, which is staying consistent. If you focus on your business for 2 months, you might find some result. You might make your first dollar. If you stay in that business for a year, do you think you're going to make any less money? No, most likely you'll have experience along the way. You'll have other clients that vouch for you. And in that 1 year, you can achieve a lot more than you can in those first 3 months. But the whole point is being consistent, because even if you have those times where you're not making any money, you might be at an absolute low where you're not making money, you're not really feeling the motivation, maybe things aren't going right in life. These things happen. But if you can push through it and keep going, you will get rewarded. If you're going to be that person that drops out in 3 months and just stops all the work because you can't hack it, And then you compare that to the person who's working day in and out, whether they're making the results or not, and keep it going for 1 year, maybe 2 years. They keep going for ages and ages. Who do you think is going to find more success? The person who gives up or the person who keeps going? A huge example of this is Alex Hormozy, who had 9 failed businesses before he launched his startup and actually made $100 million worth company. 9 failed businesses. If he'd given up after that first one, or even the second one, or even the third one, he never would have got to where he is now. The fact that he had to fail 8 times or 9 times before he actually made that big break is proof that if you keep going, you'll make it. I know for a fact that there's going to be times where you're stressed, where that could be exams or just the workload piling up. If you can stay consistent and keep it going, I guarantee you will find some success in it, no matter what business model it is. If you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment down below if you have any questions about starting a business while studying, and subscribe for more content like this because I'll definitely be putting a lot more out.